Hello students, welcome to EPG Pathshala. I am Tanu Kalsi, Assistant Professor from Himachal Pradesh University, Shimla. Today we are going to talk on module Work Ethics from paper Human Values and Indian Ethos. After completing this module, the students will be able to learn about the dimensions of work ethics, Indian work ethics, methods to cultivate Indian ethos, principles of Indian ethics in management, work ethics in management, work ethics at various levels of management. So, let us first introduce what is work ethics. Work ethics are very important for the success of the business and for increasing the productivity of people at the workplace for any business organization. The work ethics and work ethos varies from one country to another and also from one organization to another organization. The work ethics plays a very significant role in increasing the efficiency of business activities. Indian system of business and management are based on the Indian values and traditions enshrined in or ancient scriptures. Indian philosophy considers work as worship and even the customers are treated as God. Work ethics have a very important place in the business organizations. Ethos is a Greek word which means character that is used to describe the guiding beliefs and ideals that characterize a community, nation, and ideology. It is also a distinguishing character, moral, or guiding beliefs of a person, group, or institution. Indian ethics is all about what can be termed as national ethos, the body of knowledge which derives the solutions from the rich and huge Indian system of ethics, that is, moral philosophy, is known as Indian ethos in management. Indian ethos in management has its base in the cultural heritage of India. Indian culture has its roots in the religions. There are various religions practiced in India like Hinduism, Buddhism, Jainism, and many more. Indian ethos and ethics are also derived from the Vedas, Ramayana, Mahabharata, Bhagavad Gita, and various Upanishads. There are basic universal truths that are followed from the past, and these are the essential infinitude and divinity of all souls, the essential oneness and solidarity of universe and all life. Dimensions of work ethics. The main dimensions of work ethics are as follows. First, rightful expectations from employees. Work ethics refers to the ethical attitude to work alone in the context of employment. In any organization, the efficient and diligent performance of duties is assigned to employees. The employer gives opportunity, career, and status to the employee. Next, developing the sense of fraternity and belongingness. The worker should exhibit by his behavior a sense of belongingness to the organization. A feeling of respect should be given in the organization, and one should also try to maintain the good relationships with the peers and subordinates, and they should be treated well. Next, protecting the interest of the organization. It must be the top priority of the organization and employees to protect the interest of the organization against all odds. Next, no adverse comment on the organization in public. It is one of the great work ethics not to pass adverse or demeaning comments about the organization. Sense of loyalty towards organization. All workers and employees of the organization are alive because organization is alive. Loyalty means safeguarding the interest of organization. It needs the sense of deviation and elegance which is beyond the routine requirements of the job and duties of job. A loyal employee should not promote those personal interests which are competing the organization at the cost of organization. He must act as faithful agent of organization and should also give highest priority to the organizational needs. Sense of discipline. A great work ethic is that of maintaining discipline in the organization. Every organization and work group must have their written rules and norms. The members and employees must have to follow them. There should be proper following of the hierarchy of power and authority at work. People at lower level are expected to follow orders, directions, and suggestions given by superiors. Protecting the interest of the society. Interest of the organization must be high agenda and top priority of workers of organization. Their activities must focus on the protection of interest of organization. The workers' interests can be protected through proper communication and through higher productivity, along with ensuring the quality of organization. They should make their best efforts in this regard. Work ethics through appropriate system. Unambiguous policies, rules, and regulations are facilitative in establishing the work ethics. Clarity of these will make the work ethics more purposeful. Work ethics in terms of proper communication system. A transparent communication system is said to be the lifeline of organization. Proper communication channel will promote work ethics in the organization. Any misunderstanding may be eliminated through proper communication system. Indian work ethics. Indian work ethics focuses on the existence of human beings as a truth. There is nothing more perfect than the Supreme Soul. Indian ethics focus on the principle that if you are good, then the whole world is good. Indian ethics are derived from Bhagavad Gita, Purans, and Upanishads. In accordance with the work ethics, one must successfully strive a balance between spiritual values and secular values so that even a rich person can lead life of materialism and spirituality together. Indian ethos places greater emphasis on the values and ethics. Money is not power, and in fact, knowledge, good health, and sound character impart the real power. Indian ethos places emphasis on the inner resources. Inner resources are much more powerful than the outer resources. Key Indian ethics. Vedantic view of karma. In Indian philosophy, karma is supreme. We should all perform the karma and leave the result on Almighty. Karma is a manifestation of the divinity and hence the karma must be pure, honest and sincere. Indian philosophy also teaches us the manner to perform the work without having any attachment to the results. As the results do not fall under the jurisdiction of the doer, such thinking and understanding will change the attitude of doer. Self as the source of all power. Self is the microcosm of the God, and God is the source of all power. Considering the motivations as internal, every human being has the same divine Atman with the immense potentials within. Vedas brings the infinite expansion of mind, breaks down all barriers and brings the God in man. Motivation should be internal, not external. Such motivation involves the inner beauty and does not promote the greed in an individual to have more and more in return of his work. Welfare for all. Indian ethics have welfare orientation. Vedas teaches to perform all the activities. It teaches us to serve the personal interest but do not forget the others. Shankaracharya has also given the concept to gain the perfection in the individual life and also the welfare of the world. unique work culture. It is often said that the work is worship. Work is always considered as worship or duty or sadhana, and there is no difference in the karma, that is work, and dharma, that is religion. The term dharma does not indicate any particular religion. Dharma is the duty to be performed in any situation. Thus, dharma is possible only with the karma. Skills in action and evenness of mind. Skill in action and evenness of minds means undisturbed mind and skillful action that leads to the higher productivity. Integrated human personality of self-developed manager can assure the best and competitive management of any enterprise. Involving collective efforts and work, it will help in achieving the perfection or excellence in work. We shall achieve the peace, harmony and prosperity within and without internal and external world simultaneously. Means are equally important as ends. It is not only ends that are important, but also the means are more important in the organization. Methods to cultivate Indian ethos. Indian ethics are needed to make the Indian management system more humane and value-based. Indian ethics are more demanding, which leads to the understanding of the following. First is management attitude. Top management should have firm belief in the value orientation holistic management. Profit is earned through service and satisfaction of all stakeholders, that is, employees, customers, shareholders, and citizens. There should also be ensurement made on the behalf of the management with regard to the social responsibility. Next, humanizing the organization. Emphasis should be made on the three main humane aspects such as interpersonal relations, man-machine equation, and inner management. The man-machine relations should be made the prime concern, and inner management should be done through mental and spiritual growth of the organization. Next, interiorizing management. Self-management is the management by the consciousness, and it should be properly promoted. When the soul manages the other four human beings, namely mind, body, intellect, and heart, then the conflict amongst these four is resolved. This is management by consciousness. The main objective of self-management is first to know and manage oneself, and then to manage others. Self-introspection. Get on the self-study, self-analysis and self-criticism in locating the areas of friction and disharmony. A self-examination of one's own thoughts, feelings, emotions, sensations and passions, and a desire to reduce the ego. Next, brain stilling. For rational and enduring the decisions, silent mind is a necessity. A perfect calm mind enjoying tranquility is necessary. Brain stilling and meditative silence is the most reliable method to discover solutions to problems and difficulties which seems to be difficult to be tackled, be reason and intellect, because through this one can come into contact with the inner mind or consciousness. Next, stepping back for a while. Never decide anything, never speak a word, and never throw yourself into action without stepping back. This stepping back from a situation for which enables one to control and master a situation. Self-dynamizing meditation. A dynamic meditation is meditation of transformation of lower consciousness into higher consciousness, and hence is known as transforming meditation. Through meditation, in a silent and calm mind, one reaches the higher level of consciousness, which offers the guidance in the form of intuitions to tackle the multitude of problems. Next, role of intuition. Intuition is the act of knowing the direct knowledge without reasoning or interfering. It is immediate cognition by inner mind and fully developed is efficient and effective for taking prompt and sound decisions. Intuition skills enables one to cope with the confidence, the fluctuating environment and rapid changes. Faith is a prerequisite to develop and realize the power of intuition. Principles of Indian ethics in management. There are 6 principles of Indian ethics in management. These are as follows. First is purpose behind doing work. Work should be done for the personal growth and also for the welfare of world. It is followed by the purity of mind and heart. It is done to become wise and to provide public benefit. That should be the main objective of doing the work. Second, spirit behind doing the work. Work is to be done with the spirit of yagna, that is teamwork and selflessness. The spirit behind doing the work should be to nurture each other. It is a form of yagna, sacrifice and worship of the divine. Third, for whom work should be done. Work should be done to nurture each other, that is win-win approach. It should be done for the mutual benefit. Fourth, working in true spirit. The spirit behind the work should be to serve others and to sacrifice yourself. Give your best for the good of others, with the spirit of renunciation and to serve others without self-respect. Fifth, how much work should be done? The excellence in action is yoga. Excellence in work should be the way of doing work. Sixth, resources during work. The main resources which have to be looked while doing the work are as follows. Sukshma or the subtle sub-objective. Intangible factors are equally important that the main, gross and tangible factors. Karam Kshetra. It implies that one should treat the workplace as sacred and keep it clean and bring in orderliness and cleanliness. Work ethics and management. Work ethics and management goes side by side. A healthy work environment has a healthy ethics, ethos and values. Ethics is the branch of philosophy that addresses questions about morality, that is concepts such as good and evil, right or wrong, etc. Ethics can also be characterized as Indian rules of conduct recognized in the respect of particular class of human actions or particular group or culture. Making ethical decisions may not always be feel good or bad, or they may benefit you but are the right choices to be made. These are universal golden rules like do not hurt anyone, do not steal, do not dishonest and do not lie. The need of ethics in the business management comes from following factors. From internal customers' point of view, customers want business to follow ethical approach in their business operations. It improves the atmosphere and ambience at work and facilitates by motivating the employees. The ethical behavior of management sets a good example for the employees. It evokes the sense of pride for the company and improves the image in the eyes of employees and establishes a sense of loyalty. From external customers' point of view, external customers rate a company on the basis of ethical standards that it follows. It develops the public image of company and also adds to the overall development of ethical behavior of company in the society. There have been various discussions on the ethics, law and morality. From the organization's point of view, there must not be transgress in the boundaries of law. An employee may not always follow law. Sometimes he must listen to his ethics, but one should always have the answer of breaking the law. Thus, work ethics or work culture refers to certain norms of behavior governing the conduct of workers involved in the work situations to achieve certain desired objectives. Work ethics at various levels of management. It can be distinguished as the following. At basic level, work ethics at basic levels include discipline, consistent maintenance of punctuality, appropriate and cordial demeanor with superiors, colleagues, and subordinates, no personal work or wastage of time during working hours, consistent substance of ethically and morally sound actions. At top level. At the top level of management, work ethics involves delivering the work as per commitment, being accountable for errors, feeling responsible for the task assigned to an individual. Some of the main factors that forms the main part of work ethics at top level are as follows. Type of work culture. Good work culture means one is fully dedicated towards work and has high morale and job satisfaction. Poor work culture results in high rate of wastage, poor quality of work and low productivity. Level of loyalty. Work culture is also concerned with the level of loyalty of workers and his sense of belongingness to the organization. One should protect the interest of organization at all the times. Level of commitment and responsibility. Every man should work like a master, not like a slave. Employees must assume complete responsibility for the task assigned to them and employ the utmost efforts to attain the targets expected from them. Feeling of belongingness. The worker should exhibit by his behavior a sense of belongingness to the organization. A sense of respect should be demonstrated for the organization. One should maintain the cordial relationship with the peers and subordinates and should always treat them well. Protection of interests of the organization. Employees should strive to protect the interest of organization and should never compromise on this aspect. Summary. Work ethics are very important for the success of the business and for increasing the productivity of the people at the workplace for any business organization. The work ethics and work ethos varies from one country to another and also from one organization to another organization. The work ethics plays a very significant role in increasing the efficiency of the business activities. Indian system of the business and management are based on the Indian values and traditions enshrined in our ancient scriptures. Indian philosophy considers work as worship and even the customers are treated as God. Work ethics have a very important place in business organizations. Ethos is a Greek word which means character that is used to describe the guiding beliefs and ideals that characterize a community, nation, and ideology. It is also distinguishing character, moral, or guiding beliefs of a person, group, or institution. Indian ethos is all about what can be termed as national ethos, the body of knowledge which derives the solutions from the rich and huge Indian system of ethics, that is, moral philosophy, is known as Indian ethos in management. Indian ethos in management has its base in the cultural heritage of India. Indian culture has its roots in the religions. There are various religions practiced in India like Hinduism, Buddhism, Jainism, and many more. Indian ethos and ethics are also derived from the Vedas, Ramayana, Mahabharata, Bhagavad Gita, and various Upanishads. Work ethics refers to the ethical attitude to work alone in the context of employment. In any organization, the efficient and diligent performance of duties is assigned to employees. The employer gives opportunity, career, and status to the employee. The employee should give his best in the organization. This is ethical demand of duty. The shrinking works, making excuse for the poor performance, finding faults with the organization, all are against the demand of work ethics. On the other hand, employee also has the rightful expectations the employer. Even the modern science has accepted that in a holistic universe, all the minds and matters are interconnected at the deeper level. The basic unity of life cannot be broken. On the basis of this holistic vision, Indians have developed work ethics of life. We have developed the mental, managerial, and administrative. All work has to be directed towards the single purpose. These Indian ethos are needed all over the world in the present business scenario so that the management of the business and industry could be done efficiently and effectively. Work ethics and management goes side by side. A healthy work environment system has a healthy work ethics, ethos and values. Ethics is the branch of philosophy that addresses questions about the morality, that is, concepts such as good and evil, right or wrong, etc. Ethics can also be characterized as Indian rules of conduct recognized in the respect of particular class of human actions or a particular group or culture. Making ethical decisions may not always be feel good or bad, or they may benefit you, but the right choices to be made. These are universal golden rules like do not hurt anyone, do not steal, do not dishonest, and do not lie. Thank you.